Alright, it's go time for this. Actually, boost the range on the mic a little bit, and we'll deal with it being loud. But it is loud. Alright. Don't have a great system for this. Yet, at least. So I'm going to be pouring it out. Alright. Start by priming our canvas. This has to be quite thin. So we're really just trying to get the canvas wet. Maybe more than that. Okay. We'll tab more. Let's call that. Already I'm wanting that a little bit more like that, just for my arm's sake. Should probably have it more like these. Nothing. Okay. Okay. Liquid white. Alright, clean that out. Okay. That's messier. It's dry. It's actually pretty dry. Alright, delete the bowl. I'm actually going to put a lot of paper towels in the bottom of that wastebasket. Catch some of that. There is, of course, already opaque white. Alright, next up, yes. Next up, we're going to load up our colors onto the palette here, which we're not going to be doing a lot of actual holding with because I'm sitting. I might. Alright, this was. Yes. Titanium white. Next up, some phthalo blue. Midnight black. Van Dyke brown. That concerns me. They're just slipping. At least that one slipping all over the palette. Brazilian crimson. Alizarin crimson. Yeah, totally. I was doing a fair amount of this, but I don't think that you can't. Next, what's at the cap? Those are crimson, sap green. Let's go away. Sap green, cad yellow. Some bright red. Alright, if I tilt it, only the Van Dyke is actively slipping. Alright, and with that, focus.
Hi, welcome back. Certainly glad you decided to spend a half hour with us today. I think you'll enjoy the little painting we're going to do, and I hope you take the time to paint along. Or you pull up your old easy chair and just relax with us. Thought today we'd just do a fun painting, one that's a lot of, you'd have a good time with it. Let's just do it. Let's start out and have run all the colors across the screen that you need to paint along with me, and they'll come across as usual in the same order as I have them on the palette. While we're doing that, let's go on up here and get started. We have our canvas up, the liquid whites on it, it's ready. So I'm going to start off today with a little bit of phthalo blue. We'll use the old 2-inch brush. Grab a touch of the midnight black also. Phthalo blue and midnight black. Just sort of mix them together on the brush.
Okay. Here we go. Touch the black.
And let's go up here and just using our little crisscross strokes, let's just drop in a happy little sky.
Starting from the top.
Just start at the top and work all the way across. Just making little X's. And then begin working downward. And your color is mixing with the liquid white continually and automatically. Your sky will get lighter and lighter toward the horizon. And that's one of those little tricks that helps create the illusion of depth in your painting. As things get farther away from you in the landscape, they should get lighter in value. So let the liquid white work, and it'll happen automatically here. Okay. And just sort of blend it all together. There we are. And very lightly, just go across it. Takes out the brush strokes. Isn't that easy? You've got a fantastic little sky. Now, while we have that color on the brush, I'll add just a little more blue and black. And let's have a little touch of water in this painting today. So, now once again, we want it to be lighter toward the horizon. So start at the bottom and work upward. And your darker color then will be down here on the base. See there?
More left.
And then just work upward. And automatically, once again, it'll get lighter in value as it works upward toward the horizon. Okay, and then we'll need some water on the other side. Don't want it left out. I don't know exactly where land's going to be and water's going to be. So we just cover it all with water. And if we want a tree to live here or here, we'll just drop it in. There. Now then, very lightly. Just gently go across and bring it all together. Okay, now then we can wash our brush. And we wash our brushes with good old odorless thinner. I never use turpentine when I'm washing brushes. It leaves a residue in your brushes which is very difficult to get out. Plus it smells bad. Oh, it smells terrible. One drop of turpentine in your house and you'll be working by yourself, I'll tell you, because it'll run everybody in the house out. Okay, titanium white, we'll just use the old 2-inch brush. What?
Right.
You gonna make fluffy clouds?
Let's build just a happy little cloud.
Yes,
And
yes.
one of the easiest ways to make little clouds is just take the corner of the brush,
Okay.
just one good old odorless thinner.
You can move those.
I never use
Well, you can sit there. Sit.
I never use turpentine when I'm washing brushes. It leaves a residue in your brushes, which is very difficult to get out.
Alright, so I
Plus,
missed,
it smells bad. Oh, it smells
Sorry.
terrible.
No,
One
it's-
drop of
no, I mean, I
turpentine in your house.
missed
and
doing something. Or
you'll be
when I
working by
made.
yourself, I'll tell
Alright,
you.
so bring down
Because
some
it'll
white.
run everybody in the house out. Okay, titanium white, we'll just use the old 2-inch brush. What the heck? Let's build just a happy little cloud. And one of the easiest ways to make little clouds is just take the corner of the brush and just tap the canvas with it. Just tap the canvas. We just want a little floater that lives up there in the sky. Just have a good time. Just tap. And you can
Not nearly enough paint on that. White is one of the heavier.
make him as thick or as thin as you want him. Whatever. We'll give him a little friend. See there? All you have to do is just tap. Now if you want your clouds to look more distinct and brighter, make your sky a little darker. And when you're using only white paint, then that sun will be able to jump out at you. If you have a sky that's not very dark and you put white paint against it, then you don't have much contrast.
More white.
It smells weird.
Oils. There we go. Still very,
Pretty blue.
very blue.
Alright, have fun.
Yeah.
So it won't look too bright. There, now I'm just going to stir these up a little. Just mix them a little bit. Give them a little. This is to me is the way I fluff the cloud up. Just sort of fluff it up. Let a little wind run through it. There. And then very lightly, just barely grazing the canvas. Caress the canvas. Just blend it together. And that's one of the nicest, easiest little ways to make a cloud. Okay. Now then, tell you what.
There we go.
Let's build us a little mountain today. You know, it's funny, I get a lot of
do that just a little bit cleaner with a dab. Just for tapping it. That's better. Yeah. Okay. It's not 2 layers, but that's a
Letters from people, and sometimes they say, Bob, I'm tired of mountains, do something different. And then I get probably as many letters that say, do more mountains. So, if you don't want a mountain in your painting, just leave that little rascal out. But if you want a mountain, then you have it. Okay.
That was flatter. Like, I'm sure Turpenoid is harmless for, you know, certain things, but not. That works.
Ken will take some black,
Black.
some Prussian blue,
Blue.
alizarin crimson, and mix it together. Pull it out very flat, cut across.
Those are crimson's my red. Alright, so I'm going to take some black. Blue.
We have our little roll of paint out here on the edge of the knife there.
Crimson.
It is. Now just decide where your mountain lives in your world and push very firmly and just drop that little rascal in.
Okay. Pop a little bead. Very fine. so it's a little bit of a lighter touch.
The only thing you're worried about is a nice outside edge. You don't care what's happening on the inside right now. We will later, but right now we're just looking for a nice outside edge.
Really biased.
As I say, use a lot of pressure here. Push that paint right into the fabric. Now, scrape off all the excess paint. Just get in there and really scrape it off. You're not going to hurt the canvas. There we go. With a large brush,
go for a simpler. That's actually a good idea. Okay. That concerns me. It's more black. Flat, then more of a that's better. Okay. More than one. Okay. So you're really getting the blade flat. That works. This makes me want to pick some of the stuff back up. Move that stuff from the paper towel. Okay. So where's the downside to these canvases? I really only care about the peaks, right? So I like it so. Got some blue back in there. That is not thin B. Thin B? Yep.
we'll just pull that. And then it'll mix with the liquid white that's on the canvas, and automatically it'll get lighter and lighter down toward the base. Just softer and softer. There we go. And that son of a gun should look like it's just sort of floating right up here in the sky. And that gives you a nice base now to begin putting highlights on. Let me clean the old brush again. I like to wash these brushes. Shake it off. There we go. Now then, today I'm just going to use, let's just take titanium white, pull it out very flat. It's just plain old white. Now this is one of those times you really need a firm paint. This paint should be very firm. You know, people say, how firm is it? Look at that. The knife literally sticks right on the palette. It's very firm. Cut off a little roll of paint, like so.
It's not as detailed. Knife.
Now then,
A little lip here.
no pressure. No pressure. There.
Yeah, it sticks.
See there? Just touch and just
Okay. Ooh, nice.
let it flow right down the side of the mountain. But no pressure. You want it to break like this and have all those little holes and bumps in it. There we go. And up here, see there? It's so easy at times, it's hard. There we go. No pressure though. Can't say that enough times. Probably the most common mistake made is applying too much pressure.
Okay.
And this is one of the best ways that there is to learn to use a knife. And if you can make snow break on these mountains, then you can just make a multitude of other things. It's unbelievable what you can do just by learning to let this snow break you. That delicate touch, live touch. I think I've mentioned over and over again when I was teaching Steve, my son, to paint. The only way I could get it across to him was to tell him that I wanted him to pretend that he was a whisper that just floated across the mountain. And then he understood. It worked for him, and he makes some of the most beautiful mountains today you've ever seen. Using a little blue and white here now, a little roll of paint. And I want to put a shadow behind there. No pressure. Just let it float. See there? Just let that float right in there. And each highlight, each little peak in here, if you want it to be an individual, needs a shadow. There. See? Right there. Give him a little shadow. And you can change this mountain continually. Maybe you want to put a bump over here, another peak. See? You can do that. In your world, you can create any illusion that you want.
I'm gonna bring in a little movie.
I think that's what attracted me to painting so much. I could create any kind of world that I want. Nothing hurts here, no pain. Nobody's unhappy. It's a pleasant place. Everything's nice here. Okay, now then, with a large brush, I want to create the illusion of a mist. So all I'm going to do here is just tap. Just tap.
Ooh. I'll see you in a minute.
That just floated across the mountain. And then he understood. It worked for him, and he makes some of the most beautiful mountains today you've ever seen. Using a little blue and white here now, a little roll of paint. And I want to put a shadow behind there. No pressure. Just let it float. See there? Just let that float right in there. And each highlight, each little peak in here, if you want it to be an individual, needs a shadow. There. See? Right there. Give him a little shadow. And you can change this mountain continually. Maybe you want to put a bump over here, another peak. See? You can do that. In your world, you can create any illusion that you want. I think that's what attracted me to painting so much. I could create any kind of world that I want. Nothing hurts here, no pain. Nobody's unhappy. It's a pleasant place. Everything's nice here. Okay, now then, with a large brush, I want to create the illusion of a mist. So all I'm going to do here is just tap. Just tap the base. Just tap, following the angles in the mountain. Always following those angles. And then lift upward. See? And all that little misty things just sort of happen. Over here, follow these angles. Sometimes I'll take a little of that blue on the brush. Maybe you want to bring this right on around. I'll take a little of that shadow color, and we can just make it sort of look like it wraps around. And sneaky. It adds a little more interest to your mountain. That easy. And just sort of tap it out. Bring it together. Okay. And that's all there is to it. Let's have some fun. I'm going to mix up some black, Prussian blue. Shoot, we'll throw some Van Dyke, some crimson in there. A little sap green. Whatever you got. Just mainly dark colors. There, let me clean the knife off. Now let's use our old fan brush today. Let's go in here and load some color right onto the brush. Just load both sides of the brush up. Now then, let's have some fun. Let's just push in. Maybe there's some little background things that live way back in the... I'm going to mix up some black, Prussian blue. Shoot, we'll throw some Van Dyke, some crimson in there. A little sap green. Whatever.
Alright. It's black.
mainly dark colors. There, let me clean the knife off. Now let's use our old fan brush today. Let's go in here and load some color right onto the brush. Just load both sides of the brush up. Now then, let's have some fun. Let's just push in. Maybe there's some little...
Dad. Hey, Dad.
How's it going? Oh my god! Wow! Looks great. Cool.
Had some trouble getting some of the snow texture quick.
I like it.
Get
How
there.
fun.
Yeah. Right. Load the fan brush. Both sides, and we're just gonna
background things that live way back in the distance back here. Far away. And I'm just pushing and making the bristles bend upward. Just la 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 do 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 do.
really
Just be happy. Enjoy. Have fun. There. Now I want some reflections
keep
into
saying
this.
that. Keep
So
saying that.
I just grab the bottom of it and pull it straight down.
Now hang on.
Like, it's very nice. Really loading up the bed. See? Okay. Just put a little highlight and take this brush.
See that? Because the canvas is wet, you can do this and get away with it. If you had a dry canvas, you'd be in agony city. Then go gently across, just like so. See? And instant reflections. That easy. Maybe.
Oh. Reflections. This a little bit more. That is fucking me up. Okay.
Maybe in our world, back here, maybe there's a happy little tree that lives right here. A little evergreen tree. See? Just touch, and then use just the corner of the brush and work back and forth. Back and forth.
Okay.
And we got a little tree. Maybe he's got a friend here that's a little bigger. There.
Someone to go. Huh? little bit. Let's go loose. Okay.
Sure, he needs a friend too. There he is. Now see, I'm sort of weird. I name all these little trees and talk to them, but that's okay. That's okay. Artists are supposed to be a little different. There, so we can get away with things like that. Maybe out here there's a little baby tree. Maybe they ran him off, made him go live out here by himself. All kinds of things. I'll get another fan brush. I have several of them going so I don't have to continually clean them. We'll take a little of that same color we made the tree out of and go into some cad yellow. And that'll turn a beautiful green color because there's blue in there. There. Okay, let's go up here. Now then, I just want to put the indication here and there of some little grassy areas that are far, far away back here. Just a few. It's too far away to see a lot of detail. You can grab that and lift upward, make it look like little distant trees. See, that paint moves on there. There we go. All kinds of little things. Little yellow ochre in there too. What the heck? Maybe we'll have some nice fall-looking colors in this painting, and with all the shiny colors. A little liquid white. Pull it out flat, and then just cut across. Okay. Now then, with that, we can just come right up in here, and we'll just cut in a happy little waterline. Act like you're just trying to cut a hole right through the canvas.
Okay. Wait a second, Bob. Okay. Really muddy looking trees. White and then white. Okay, you can use some paint real quick here. Clean our brush, our knife.
There. Okay, let's go up here. Now then, I just want to put the indication here and there of some little grassy areas that are far, far away back here. Like little this too. What the heck? Now then, with that, we can just come right up in here. All looking colors in this painting, with all the shiny colors. A little liquid white. Pull it out flat, and then just cut across. Okay.
Shit. Okay. Missed that part. A little bit of liquid white. Pull it flat.
Now then, with that, we can just come right to what the heck? Just come right, just come right, just come right, and then just cut across. Okay. Now then, with
Pull it flat. Flat, and then just come across.
that, we can just come right up in here, and we'll just cut in a happy little waterline. Act like you're just trying to cut a hole right through the canvas, back and forth. This canvas is tough. Chances are you couldn't hurt it if you wanted to. There, see?
Nice.
Maybe there's a little ripple lives out here, and one out here, wherever you want them. Okay. Now then, tell you what.
Okay. Reasonably happy.
I like doing those trees. Let's do another one. Back into my dark color with a fan brush. Load a lot of color. Let's go up here. Maybe.
I need to mix some of that dark color. So that was Van Dyke. Black. Some blue. Red. A touch of cream is some green.
smoother lives into our world, bigger evergreen here. Big.
Okay, just gonna lower that. I think I'm getting a little bit too deep. Alright, did the wiggle thing. I think I just did one, two.
Strong sour gun. Use the corner of the brush and just make the bristles bend downward. And I'm using the same corner of the brush all the way through the tree. I'm just pushing harder and harder so it uses more and more of the brush. There. These little rascals live right there in your fan brush. Or you can do them with a 1 or 2 inch brush. Tell you what, let's have a third tree. We can have as many trees as we want in here. There we go. Now, I'm going to get over here and find me a 1 inch brush. Go right through that same color. And let's put a happy little bush right here. You sort of have to begin making some decisions. Here. Where do you want all these little things to live? There we go. That's super. Now you can do it. Now then, underneath here,
Landscape brush I'm doing what with.
there we go. Now, I'm going to get over here and find me a 1 inch brush. Go right through that same color. And let's put a happy little bush right here. You sort of have to begin making some decisions here. Where do you want all these little things to live? There we go. That's super. Now you can do it. Now then, underneath here, you're going to want some reflection. So just reverse the brush where I've been pushing upward. Now I'm going to push downward. And where you have tall items up on top, you want items that are long below it. Where they're short, then make these not so long. You do that. Okay. And those will turn in, hopefully, to some very nice little reflections. Just a nice, clean, dry brush. I just like to beat on the brush and pull straight down. Very lightly. That's all you have to do. Just touch, pull downward, and then go across. Okay? take my knife, a little bit of dark sienna, a little white into it, and get a very small roll of paint on the knife. Okay, now then, let's go up here. Just put the indication here and there of a few little trunks in these trees. Give them some nice trunks so they can stand up strong and tall. There we go.
Neutralize it. That just was. Just washes everything easy. So with the knife, I'm going to do what now?
Just put the indication here and there of a few downward, and then go across. Okay, now then, I'll take my knife, a little bit of dark sienna, a little white into it.
So a little bit of white, sort of brown.
And get a very small roll of paint on
Okay.
the knife. Okay, now then, let's go up here. Just put the indication here.
This is what's really good. This is just handles.
There are a few little trunks in these trees. Give them some nice trunks so they can stand up strong and tall. There we go. And we can go back to our fan brush. It has the green on it.
Yeah.
There. And I just want to put the indication of a few little highlights on these trees. Don't kill all the dark, though. That dark contrast.
All right. Green, yellow. Just
when we get finished. That's what makes those ptarmigans stand out. There, just a little. Evergreens are normally darker than other trees, so leave them that way. I'm going to dip the brush into a small amount of the liquid white and begin applying some color to these things. Pull the brush in one direction. Be right back, get some sap green here. There we go. Sap green, cad yellow, one direction. Load the bristles full of color. Let's go up here. Now you have to make some decisions. Where do your little bushes live? Just touch and give a little push, just enough to bend the bristles a tiny bit. We'll alternate some of the colors here. I went into a little yellow ochre. Now we can reverse the brush and drop a little of that right in there if you want to. Right in there. Maybe up in here there's a darker green living. There he is. There he is. There he is. See? There's a big strong bush over here. He's my friend. There. Okay, and another one. But notice how these are going in layers. So those layers, little Indian yellow too, are what create the illusion of depth in your bushes. Reverse it, drop in a few. See there, just reverse your brush. They don't have to be exact, just a general shape. A little bright red once in a while too. Ooh, that's a pretty one sitting over here in the corner. And we'll reverse him right into the water. Now then, with our clean, dry 2-inch brush, just barely touch the top, just graze it. Just barely touch. And then go across. And that makes those beautiful mirror reflections. That easy. Okay, thought you'd like it. It's always fun. I'm gonna go into some Van Dyke Brown. Let's put some land under here. Sure, we need something for all these little bushes and trees to stand on. Don't want them to fall over here in the water and make a big splash. There we go. Now we take the same old brown, add a little white to it. Then come back.
You almost want it to line. Okay. With that, it's got no real definition of that. This. too well.
See there? Just reverse your brush. They don't have to be exact, just a general shape. A little bright red once in a while too. Ooh, that's a pretty one sitting over here in the corner. And we'll reverse him right into the water. Now then, with our clean, dry 2-inch brush, just barely touch the top, just graze it. Just barely touch. And then go across. And that makes those beautiful mirror reflections. That easy. Okay, thought you'd like it. It's always fun. I'm gonna go into some Van Dyke Brown.
Van Dyke Brown with a knife.
Let's put some land under here. Sure, we need something for all these little bushes and trees to stand on. Don't want them to fall over here in the water and make a big splash.
Okay. Not great with knife, or just picking stuff up. We're gonna just kind of sort of do there. Okay.
There we go. Now we take the same old brown, add a little white to it. Then come back. Just add the indication of a few highlights here. Just here and there. Just barely grazing. Just grazing.
Yeah, okay.
Then with our little fan brush that had the greens and yellows on it, then come back and break up that straight line. Just let some little grassy areas run right down on the land.
Okay.
Little liquid white on the knife, and we can cut in a water line.
Sure, I got some hacks.
Yeah.
Making my lunches more comfortable.
Yeah? How's it? Oh.
Just drop it in. Keep these lines basically straight, even though they follow the land. You want them to be straight, or your water will look like it's going to run right out of the painting. There we go. Okay. Let's have some fun.
Ah, my goodness! Wow!
Well,
It looks great.
thank you. I'm learning
Yes!
as I go here.
Yes! We're gonna in the painting room, like where we put all the paintings.
Yes.
We got this whole other side to do over here. Take
Yes,
the 2-inch
yes, we
brush.
do.
Go right into my dark color. A lot of paint on the bristles.
A lot of paint.
Okay, let's go up here. Maybe on this side, let's get brave. This is your bravery test today. I like to give those. Over here lives a big tree. I don't think I have to say that again. That's pretty evident. That's a big tree. There he is. This will really check your bravery out.
I need more paint. Well,
There he is. There he is.
that's what we're going to do is we're going to take all of my remaining green, all of that remaining black. We're going to try that remaining good chunk of that crimson. We're just going to start grinding that together. You all want paint? Well, that is definitely where I'm running into trouble. Is I'm not putting enough paint on the brush, I think. Yeah, that's a good. That's a good amount. Alright. I really love the bristles on the 2-incher. So I'm just going to start by picking up that knife. Really well with that brush. One would hope. Alright. And what the hell are you doing, Bob?
Go right into my dark color.
Yeah.
A lot of paint on the bristles.
A lot of paint.
Okay, let's go up here.
Bravery
Maybe
test.
on this side, let's get brave. This is your bravery test today. I like to give those. Over here lives a big tree.
Pushing up.
I don't think I have to say that again. That's pretty evident. That's a big tree. There he is. This will really check your bravery out. There he is. There he is. This, by virtue of it being so big, it just indicates that this tree is much closer to you. So it helps create the illusion that maybe a little tree leaning back here somewhere is just as big, but it's far, far away. And by being far away, as you know, it looks smaller. There we go. And we can just fill it all up. Just use that with a paint roller. Doesn't matter. That's a good place to practice your strokes. There. Tell you what. Sometimes we have to work with a big brush, and it's a super. Brush. It'll do fantastic things for you. Let's leave it to a chiseled edge. Both sides broken. Same old dark color, but a lot of paint on the bristles. It takes a lot of paint to stick all these bristles together. See how sharp that center end is? There. Now then, with that brush, maybe you is plenty.
I'm gonna skip
Right
that.
there. Just the corner of the brush. Begin working back and forth. Back and forth like so. Let's make a bigger range right there. Maybe he's got a little crook in it. There, I like trees.
That's not.
Okay, let's put a tree trunk in there. For that, we'll just use some dark sienna and white. Same thing we used on the other side. There. And since the fan brush already has all that green on it, we can use it to just put in an indication of some highlights. Not too many, not too many. There we go. So you don't have to paint the whole truck because you won't see the whole truck. All right, now, let me find another fan brush here. There's one. We'll take some Van Dyke brown, and let's build an indication of just a tree trunk in here. Zoom. Like so. We can just make out a tree trunk or two in there. Then we'll go into my liquid white.
Okay. And brush. A little bit behind.
All right, now, let me find another fan brush here. There's one. We'll take some Van Dyke brown, and let's build an indication of just a tree trunk in here. Zoom. Like so. We can just make out a tree trunk or two in there. Then we'll go into my liquid white, and into some yellow, and some sap green. Pull that brush through, load a lot of color.
Okay.
A lot of color. Get a little more green on it. There we go.
Orange.
A lot of paint. Now then, let's go up here, barely touching. Begin laying in this large tree. Don't let the brush slide. Just push, let the bristles bend a little, and just begin forming your individual shapes here. Don't just hit these at random.
Right. I need some more paint 1-inch brush. Just lightly touch.
Think about all those little happy limbs that live in here. There we go. See, all these things are there. All you have to do is just push them out of your brush. Super. Okay, maybe over here, add a little yellow ochre. Maybe there's a bush that lives right here. Just sort of pick them out. Now, there. Okay. Pick up a little more green, a little more green, and right here, this one's more in shadow, so it's darker. There we go. See, he just hides right in there. Layer after layer. There. A little more color on the brush, and reload the brush as necessary. As you use up the paint in it, add some more. Okay, tell you what. Maybe there's a big path in there. Let's take some Van Dyke brown. And you have to make a big decision here. Where's your path live? Maybe your path lives right there. So we'd lay in a basic shape just using the brown. And we don't know where this path goes. It goes up here and hides behind the bushes somewhere. Just a basic shape. And then we'll take some white, a little dark sienna. And let's come back in here. And just let this barely graze. Just, okay. It's just like putting snow on the mountain. It's the same exact technique. A little more of the liquid white. Back into my yellows and greens. Now then, you have to start making decisions. Are these bushes in front of you, evergreen, or behind them? I think they're in front. So let them come right over in front of it. There. Vary your colors and drop them in. Every once in a while, drop in a little yellow ochre and Indian yellow, a little bright red. There's a sparkler right there. Beautiful little bush. Another little green one, and as many as you want, but work in layers. Remember that these bushes are individuals. Do one at a time. There we go. See now, let some of these things come up over the path. That'll push the path down into your painting. Don't want that path just to float around.
Get some of that.
See there? Now then, you can take the knife and just scrape in a few little sticks and twigs here and there. And shoot, you've got a finished painting.
Now, hold on. A little more of that. My hands are that dirty. Host. Okay. Okay. Highlights.
Cast or not while you're streaming.
No, you can. It's not streaming. I'm just recording.
Oh, what's that, a rock?
That's supposed to be a path
Oh.
of some sort.
Wow, very cool. Have fun.
Yeah,
Don't forget to water them bushes when you go out there.
I will.
I hope you've enjoyed this one. It'll certainly teach you how to use all the equipment and have a lot of fun. From all of us, happy painting and God bless.
Okay. What does Bob say about cleanup? Oh yeah, use the point of the knife to scratch in the little twigs. Not that part. This. Yeah, dab lightly with a dry brush and just. That's nice. Yeah, it's muddy. It's muddy. Brushes. Cleaning the brushes. Alright. We need the sign. Here is excess some thinner with some bright red. And I'm just gonna sign my name. Liner. Let's clean this guy off. spinner. Brush. I don't know if this is clear enough. We'll take out our paint pamphlets. So, possible mistakes. I might have done too much white on the base. I know that it's supposed to be very thin, and I thought I had very thin, but I also ran into some mild trouble. Mostly with the clouds. Well, number one thing to learn is use lots of paint. I use a lot of paint. So, that'll be the adjustment I make. This. Yeah, this is going to be it. Well, the good news is, I think, vast majority of the paint. I'm not even sure where the fucking crimson can. Oh yeah, I was mixing it in with the base. So. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Clean. That's almost a better painting than the painting. The painting turned out fine. For the first time. Alright, so each painting takes a canvas, a lot of paint, and about a roll of paper towels. It looks like. Actually, a bit thinner. Yeah, that'll work. That'll look really nice. Clean that up. So some thin into the paper towel. There you go. This will take weeks to dry, is my understanding. Yeah, that's good. Alright, in a minute I'm just going to pick up the damn camera. So much spick and span, but more span. Ooh dear. Some of the problem with using a thinner to try to clean this up is the thinner's fucking filthy right now. Alright, let's get a good even coat thinner on the palette. nice even. Okay. A little scratch hole from the palette knife. Right. Yeah. Been watching that like 3-hour instructional workshop. Just really go into details on some stuff. And we got ourselves. That's good. It's also something we can do. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of pick up the camera. Kind of tricky to level a camera. That's a reasonable facsimile. He said, no, I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah. Really muddy detail, especially like the trees. That I am certain is for the lack of paint. Just not loading up enough paint on the wall brush, which, okay. Do a couple of these, I'm sure I'll start to get a feel, as it were, for how to do that. The mountains turned out well, except I don't like the color on the shadow part of the mountain. And the texture is not the best. It's decent. I don't know. I also never cared for it when he did it in the show. But yeah, like trying to do little bushes. I had this trouble when we did that acrylic thing. It just got, it's like, oh, we'll do that. And just wound up making mud. So that's, yeah, probably lack of paint. Like the little edge stuff there turned out well. The blending turned out well. Even the trunk, kind of. Layer on top of it the right way. But yeah, with practice. Yeah. With practice, I think we'll get pretty decent at that. Ooh, okay. That's right. Paint is one of our goals. Oh dear. I mean, oil-based implies that soap will clean it. That, after all, is what soap is for. In a lot of ways. Oh yeah, the other trouble is this easel has a little bit of a lip, so it's very difficult to get into that part of it. No matter. Right. still a lot to clean up here, so. Yeah, I'll give total props. The brush beer rack works quite well. Part of it's that it's mineral spirits, so. It's really dry per se, but oh yeah. Should be careful about dripping this stuff because this is kind of tan rug I'm on. And yeah, it's gonna be very visible. I'm told, so here's our thinner. Apparently you just let that sit undisturbed for a few days and all the paint is going to settle right at the bottom. So, minor. At that point you pour off the clear. Use, so cool. Yeah, this was my idea to keep the beer thing from moving around and make too much, which it worked. Damage. To assess the damage to my room, because maybe this wants to be an activity I don't do in the house. Garage or something. Which makes it difficult to use the tape. It's gonna be about Alright, that's actually it now. So, good night.